Hi. First off, I just want to say, I said this yesterday at the other panel, that I'm so honored to be in the presence of such powerful, smart, beautiful women I grew up with. So thank you guys. For many of you that have action figures of yourself, I was going to ask, were you happy with how the final action figures came out? Was there anything that you had changed to them? And do you or your kids own the action figures now?
I'll tell. You know what's funny? I always joke because I honestly think that my the little flip top was a Trini doll, and they just painted her brown. Like you put those two dolls together, and we look the same. We look like a little Asian boy. Like, and then they just painted it brown. But my Barbie doll actually was pretty cool. At least I got a Barbie, and it was like, and it was really cute. And they put, cute little dress, and then they put the, Power Ranger costume. So I was very lucky to get that. And my mom has it. And I actually had a really close friend who's become a friend. Was started as a fan, became a friend, and he found me 2 more. And so I was able to give both of those for Christmas to my sisters. So they're like, they've been trying to steal my mom's for years. So I was happy with the Barbie doll, but that flip top, I know they just painted her brown.
I think my doll looked pretty buff. Small head, big arms. I hope I don't look anything like that. My boys, I have 2 boys, a 10-year-old and a 7-year-old. I have all of my toys in a box, and they have been trying to get to them. Like, no can do, my friends. So, yeah, they've seen them, but, yeah. In Space had very interesting dolls. There's one, and I actually have them on my table. It's like night and day. I have one where it's literally like a square. There's just no figure to it whatsoever. And the next, I don't know what happened. I think maybe my character somehow had enhancements and had liposuction and a little here and a little there, and all of a sudden I became this very voluptuous doll. So I actually like that one though. I also, like Nikki, I have children, and I did let them play with a couple. I couldn't help it. They just, please. And yeah, they're somewhere in the trash now. So I did keep a couple of them, and I decided to keep those in a box tucked away somewhere.
I had a party once, and a couple of my Power Ranger figures disappeared after that. I don't know if people were like making fun of me, or I don't know what was going on.
I'll buy you new ones.
Kind of funny. And then another time I had my I didn't have like a Barbie, but my Power Rangers Lost Galaxy doll. It was in the box, and it was in my garage, and my roommate had a garage sale. This was years ago, and it was sitting up there, and this little boy came in. He was saying, he could barely talk, and he wanted it, and I just gave it to him. And now I'm kind of regretting it because I have nothing. I don't have anything. Yeah, I'm gonna have to talk to Scott. Exactly.
Oh, I didn't have an action figure. I was too cool. No, I'm just kidding. My cohort, Herbie, and I had a trading card, but we actually weren't even cool enough to have our own trading card. So it was the Stewarts at home with the neighbors. So Herbie and I were the neighbors, and we had to drive all day long to get to Valencia and get one picture taken and go home and be on our merry way. But I still have it. I have the one trading card, and I have a few Masked Rider action figures at home. But my daughter has not played with them. They're tucked away in a box somewhere.
Thank you for your question.
Thank you.
Hi. I had 2 different questions. The first one is, some of you guys have costumes that you wore every day. It was the same uniform and the same outfit. Were they comfortable? Did you get sick of them by the end?
I'll just start real quick. I wore like a little jungle outfit. It was like a little leather like frosting, and then a little other skirt that tied, and yeah, I got really sick of it. It was just not a lot of clothing to be running around when it's freezing cold and running around when it's hot, and I got sick of it. But it was a fun job. Can't really complain.
I had one. Well, originally when, I wasn't a Power Ranger, I was just in my street clothes, and that was all really cool stuff.
New Zealanders have just like sick fashion, so it was all really cool. And then we were in our, our police suits pretty much, which were a bodysuit that, went on and then had to snap underneath, which was probably one of the most uncomfortable things I've ever wore in my life, when you're kicking and it's going right up your butt and you can't do anything about it. And then we had pants that went over it with the belt, and it was long sleeved. And then there was a big thing on Ranger Board about the darts on my shirt. That was kind of interesting when I found out what the talk around town was with that. There's a lot of close-up pictures of... No, you guys don't know what I'm talking about? Does anybody know what I'm talking about? No, yeah. Well, you'll find out. But, yeah, it was pretty uncomfortable. But after wearing it for 8 months straight, it just became like my skin. It was just like, okay, this is what I'm putting on.
And the second question was, I know I actually had a pretty solid romantic storyline, but you guys, not all of you did. So if your character could have one, which character do you think it would have been?
Oh, I sure would have got all of them. Trying to make everybody happy. You know what's funny is I think they used to they always put me and David together in scenes, and like we'd have to dance, and it was really weird. And then it switched, and Johnny and I always were like together. But it was never, I don't think I don't think Aisha would have ever gotten hooked up with anyone. Like, I think they just wanted to keep it a Tommy Kimberly kind of thing, and then when Kat came, it was a Tommy Kat thing. And,
So who do you think you should have been?
She would got all of it. No, I don't know. Maybe her and Kimberly would have hooked up.
Who do you think Tanya would have been? I think they were alluding to Adam, but it never happened because Tanya was not as anyway.
No.
That's okay.
Well, I was linked to a couple of them. I was a
I don't know. I don't know the answer to that. Who I want? Who do you think Maya?
Mike.
The other guy.
Mike.
Oh,
Wait.
Russell.
Mike
Russell
is-
Lawrence.
Oh. Russell. Oh, yes. Cute. Yeah.
Oh, well, everybody knows that. Well, okay, so let me just say this. I feel a little out of place because I wasn't powerful the way that these women were powerful. I had a different kind of power, and that was over the heart of my cohort, Herbie, of course. I got to be powerful, but as the bad girl. I was what I called Veronica to Molly's Betty. I was the Veronica of the Masked Rider, or Mrs. Kravitz from Bewitched, because I was snooping on everyone all the time. But I think for me, even though I had Herbie wrapped around my finger, I was definitely in love with Dex. And at the end of the second season, Patsy definitely gets a date with the Masked Rider, even though she doesn't know that it's Dex. But I think if I had a choice, and for Masked Rider fans out there, I would have gone after Danaeus. I would hightail it to Eden, though I got after Danaeus. So there you go.
At the very beginning, I was told by production that Trini did in fact have a serious crush on Billy. And I did. So for me, my choice would have been Billy, and yeah, they said they were actually going to write an episode where we were going to do whatever teenagers do.
which nowadays,
Oh goodness. Well, all three. Well, everybody always thought something was, no, Boom. Because Boom was a smart one, he was really funny, he could fix anything that went wrong, so definitely Boom.
That was a fun question.